The ending to Sleepy Hollow had Ichabod Crane and his new family walking into the city, but we never found out what happened to the detective, the witch, and the orphan. Except, well, I may be overthinking it, but is The Pale Blue Eye a sequel to that offbeat horror classic? Ichabod solved the mystery of the Headless Horseman in 1799. Presumably, he and Katrina and young Masbeth relocated that same year. And the story picks up again in 1830 with a haggard and beat-down Landor. Why the name change? Because Ichabod Crane was not synonymous with proper detective work, and it was attached to the unraveling of a ridiculous ghost story by freeing the ghost itself. Neither of these prospects lend well to a reputation as an elite detective, which Landor is definitely known for. Ichabod changed his name to escape the blight of Sleepy Hollow upon it. Landor it is, and he climbed the ranks of a respectable crime-solving career, but never did he stop pushing against the bounds of the status quo, even throwing shade at the military institution and its dehumanization of its cadets. As he grew older, his energy level naturally decreased, and he learned slower methods of deduction, to the point of knowing when to let the suspect interrogate himself. And he kept his reverence for science, going so far as to condemn the superintendent for forsaking it, despite his own dealings with the supernatural and its very real science-busting existence, which he even keeps up on, thanks to his occultist buddy. Landor mentioned witch hunting with a particular grumble to his voice, and no wonder, because Katrina was a gifted witch herself, who relocated away from nature to be with Ichabod. By the time we pick up with Landor, she's already passed away, and he reveals that it was a slow enough affliction that allowed them to relocate back to the country again, presumably to give a witch her best possible chance to overcome the illness. But alas, her health deteriorated anyway, and she was survived by her husband, and also her daughter, Maddie. There's some very clear resemblance between the two. As it often happens, the sequel here is a passing of the torch to the next generation, where Ichabod Crane bookends his career by giving his nod of approval to Edgar Allan Poe, both characters you probably didn't know were amazing detectives until these movies. Perhaps Poe will require the help of a benefactor from the city, where young Masbeth would be in his mid-40s, and more than happy to help his adopted father's hand-picked successor. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe this video is short because the contextual evidence is threadbare, and maybe my imagination just runs away with itself sometimes. But I kinda like my theory better, so I'm rolling with it. Until next time, keep reading between them lines. If you enjoyed this theory, you should totally check out my Enola Holmes video, where I argue that the sequel was a copy and paste remake of the original. And please, take care of yourselves out there, and I'll talk at you next time.